Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Tuesday. It is the 20th of October, and we are still reading from the Patch Tarot deck, which is a tarot deck that is created and distributed by the Spirit Science people. I don't know if I ever showed you guys the box for this. I just realized we've almost gone through the whole month, and I don't know that I really showed you guys the box. But it's got Patch as the Fool on one side, and on the back is, I'm not sure which card that was supposed to represent. I haven't come across it yet. And it says, thank you for all of the lessons. It says Patch Tarot on the side. It also says, what you hold in your hands can be seen as a collection of artwork, a blueprint of the universe, or a roadmap to your spiritual ascent. Whichever you decide, the choice is yours. And I think that's really beautiful. Also on there, we've got so below and as above on there. And I think that's really cool. And the box is one that I'm hoping will hold up. It's really not. Even a month in of taking these cards out on a daily basis is giving it a big rip in it. But maybe it's a box that I will try to attach to something else. Either way, we'll see how that goes and see how long the box lasts. I definitely love these cards and have been really enjoying reading with them this month. So without further ado, let's see what card we have for this Tuesday. Yikes! Okay, well, that's not the most pleasant Tuesday card, but, it is what it is. It's bound to happen. We have the Three of Swords. And I gotta say, of all the Three of Swords I've seen, that is one of the most graphic representations. That is amazing. Other than some that are really gory graphic, which I have seen some rather gory tarot decks, this is very kind of surprising for a deck that is otherwise kind of innocent, almost cartoony, kind of sweet and cute looking. This guy is definitely suffering. We have obviously the Three Swords that are plunging into his heart. He is sinking below the waves, lots of bubbles coming up. And let's add insult to injury, there's these tentacles rising up from the depths, which I think there's also three of them. Yes, there are three tentacles rising up from the depths attacking him. So that's that. If that doesn't depict the Three of Swords, I don't know what does. That's a really good depiction. It's not a happy picture, but it really shows that card really well. So Saturn is the little symbol over in this corner, and Libra is in the other corner, and that's really interesting to me. The top has suffering and anguish. There is no good way on this card, both inverted and upright. This is a card of not so great news. So typically when the Three of Swords comes up, this is a matter of the heart. And sometimes in a very real sense. If this comes up in a reading and it has to do with health or well-being, you know that it is something to do directly with the heart. So heart attack, strokes, things of that nature, blood flow. But also when this card comes up, it very often depicts some sort of betrayal of the heart. So either an affair or someone keeping secrets or a divorce or something of that nature is coming up when it comes to matters of the heart and having this really, we know that pain. We've all been there where you can feel it when somebody stabs you in the heart over something. It hurts that bad and you can feel it in your heart. And there have been studies that heartache and heartbreak can actually damage the heart physically. So this mental and emotional anguish that we feel from heartbreak can actually break our hearts for real. So that's really interesting stuff. I would check out some research on that. I am not the source for that. But otherwise, this card is pretty much just not a good card when it comes up. You're either going to be dealing with suffering or learning about someone else's suffering, or it may be the end to suffering, but you still have to kind of push through it. Threes are also kind of that point in the cards, in the suits, where you're pushing past that sort of equilibrium or indecision of the twos, and you've made a choice and you've got to push through it no matter what. We know that in most cases that the next card, the fours, are going to give you some reprieve. But when a 3 comes up, you've got to push through, you've got to work through, you've got to use this as growth in some way. So I think when this comes up in a reading, the best advice I can give people is grow from this, learn from this, rather than, oh yeah, this is awful and this is gonna be awful and your life kind of sucks. Instead of looking at it that way, look at it as a time of, this is a time to grow. Learn your lessons. If this is a heartbreak or an affair or something like that, you can look at it and go, yeah, now you're a little older or wiser from that. It sucks and it hurts and it's not going to be easy, but you will grow from that. On the other side of it is, if this card comes up and it is something to do with health, sometimes this card can come at a good time and kind of forewarn the person, hey, have you checked your cholesterol lately? Have you checked your blood pressure? Maybe is your diet something that you might want to check into? Because really, truly, you may be giving them advice on how to prevent something really bad happening with their heart. So even though this card is not the best or happy ending kind of card, it can still be used as good advice to grow from. Now, I mentioned that Saturn and Libra are the symbols at the bottom down there. Saturn I kind of get, because Saturn is sort of that energy of, well, I'm about to punch you and you're going to deserve it, or you're about to get a hard life lesson and that's just the way it is. But also, Libra is interesting to me because Libra is usually about finding balance and that diplomacy, and it's kind of a chill zodiac sign, if nothing else. But I do know that if somebody has kind of the more negative sides of Libra, manipulation and things like that can be an issue. Also vacillating back and forth on things. So I could see how maybe that can relate, but again, I'm not the astrology expert. I'm more just the cards and things of that nature. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what people might say about having Libra on there. And again, if you think that this is one of the freakiest cards in the whole deck, please let me know. Comment below. If you're like, nah, it's pretty chill compared to some other ones, I would love links to see some of the other Three of Swords, which are always a little rough. So, if that means today is kind of a rough day for you, realize tomorrow is usually going to be better. And if not, push through, talk to somebody, reach out, connect with people who you trust. And as always, check out the links in the description below if you think these cards are fascinating and you want a deck of your own. Also, always feel free to leave comments. I love to read stuff. I love to see what everybody else's take on these cards is. And until next time, especially with this card coming up, please stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!